Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now today I'm going to be trying for the very first time on camera an iconic morsel of food. I am of course talking about the good old-fashioned American Twinkie. Now Twinkies hold a certain fascination for many people who live outside the US, and the reason for this is because they turn up in films for the most part. They're referenced very casually in films ranging from, for example, Ghostbusters.
Well, let's say this Twinkie represents the normal amount of psychokinetic energy in the New York area. According to this morning's sample, it would be a Twinkie 35 feet long, weighing approximately 600 pounds.
That's a big Twinkie. Tell me about the Twinkie.
What about the Twinkie?
Of course, who could forget that one? To Die Hard, for example.
What do they put in these things anyway?
Sugar and rich flour, partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, polysorbate 60, and yellow dye number 5. Just everything a growing boy needs. Towel here.
Yeah, take that Twinkie out of your mouth and grab a pencil, will you?
Exactly. These little treats make their way into Hollywood blockbusters, which in turn make their way into countries around the world. Countries which, for example, don't have Twinkies. So they take on a certain mystique, or certainly they did for me. I remember the first time I saw a reference to Twinkies in a movie, and that was in Ghostbusters. And from that moment I was sort of fascinated by them. I wanted to know, what is a Twinkie? Why are they talked about so much? Why can't we get hold of one here in the UK? Well, recently that changed. A supermarket here in Britain has started a sort of like an American section in one of its aisles. It has things like, for example, Lucky Charms. It has marshmallow fluff, the jar of marshmallow fluff. It has certain flavours of Pop-Tarts, which you just don't get here. And also, of course, it has the Hostess Twinkies. Now, I've been led to believe that Hostess is, well, recognisable.
The goddamn Hostess truck. Yeah, I see that, a Hostess truck. So what?
And of course, it's in films like Zombieland, where the whole motivation of one of the characters is to get hold of a Hostess Twinkie, that's added to my fascination.
Where's the fucking Twinkies?
So how could I not give one a go? And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try Hostess Twinkies live, as it were, for you on camera. So, first of all, let's open the box, shall we? I got a box of 2 Twinkies, and I don't know, I'm just fascinated by these things. What is a Twinkie? I've heard all sorts of different descriptions from British friends who've tried them. So they get 2 Twinkies in the box, and I'm just going to put the box over here. There we go. So I'll put this one down here. Now, first of all, the size and the shape. This is exactly what I thought a Twinkie would be like. And I recognise these 3 cream holes in the bottom of the cake. Actually, well, Wall-E. I've seen that in Wall-E. So already this cake type thing is living up to expectations. So let's open it up, shall we? Twinkie. Not too hard to open. Although, I don't know, the wrapper seems to have like an oily residue on it, which I don't quite understand. I mean, it's quite oily. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's quite an oily wrapper. And the cake seems to have deposited the oil on the wrapper. Okay, let's take this bastard out. Right, put the wrapper over there. So, a Twinkie. It's sort of quite malleable. It's not, it's not too solid. It's not like a flapjack, that kind of cake. Although it doesn't feel like cake. It feels more like sort of, I don't know, like a sponge soaked in syrup. I'm not sure if this is going to be very pleasant to eat, but it has got that cream filling. I suppose, well, let's give it a go. Well, you can see the cross section there, and this stuff here, I'm not sure if that actually qualifies as cream or not. What does it say on the box? Golden sponge cake with creamy filling. It tastes more like, well, marshmallow actually. Actually, you know, this is weird because I'm used to cake being, well, cake. So maybe you'd have a layer of cake, some cream or jam, another layer of cake, and then some icing or frosting on top. And it has like a bready or maybe like muffin-y kind of, I suppose, consistency. This feels like someone's tried to make a cake based on a description of a cake. So when someone said, oh yes, you put jam and cream in the middle of the cake, meaning probably a layer in a cake, they've just sort of injected it into the middle of like a finger of cake-like stuff. It's sugary, it's sticky, it tastes kind of artificial, but it's also quite pleasing. It's just strange because it feels like a cake that's gone in on itself. It's sort of warped into like a mass. Maybe it's a cake with a black hole in the middle, you know? And then there you go, that cream. I wouldn't really call that cream. It's more like marshmallow. Weird. But very nice. I'm not sure I could eat too many of these though, because I think they'd make you sick after a while. I once said that someone from Britain described Twinkies as cake gone wrong, and it's kind of like cake. It's like cake which has gone down a different path. It's kind of like this is sort of the, not even the dark side of cake, you know. There's like a light side, maybe a Jedi, and some beautiful bespoke lemon drizzle cake, or some wonderful elegant cakes, maybe from a French patissier. That's sort of on one side, and then this is kind of a, maybe this is like a Jedi who's given up on any formal order and has gone to live in a jungle somewhere. Maybe that's what it's like. Maybe it's not bad, it's just different. Yeah, oily, bendy, sticky. It's got the holes for where the icing goes in, just as you see in the films. What can I say? Twinkies are fascinating. I'm glad I've tried one. But I have to say, it's not cake as we know it, Jim. It's not cake as we know it.